Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you today?
Hi, she'll have the quarter pounder with cheese, extra mustard.
No pickles.
And I'll have a 10-piece chicken McNuggets. And 2 sides of ranch, please.
The we've done this before meal. Get it at McDonald's when you get 2 of your faves for just $5.
Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Single item at regular price.
Hey guys, Sklar Brothers here with Daniel Van Kirk. And on an amazing episode of Dumb People Town this week, we have of The Office fame and Mr. Iglesias, which is now on Netflix. We have Oscar Nunez. Did you have fun in Dumb People Town, sir?
It was so fun. It was fantastic. I learned a lot too. I did not expect that.
We started with tackling.
We did acid at Disney World.
We started tackling, and we ended with something else. We ended with tickling. So it went from tackling to tickling and everything in between, including a deep dive into water slides. It is insane with Oscar Nunez on this week's episode of Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U.
Population Nunez.
Oscar Nunez, welcome to the show.
That's my name.
That is your name, and we will wear it out. How do you like that? How are you, buddy? How's life in quarantine times?
I'm fine. I'm good. All things considered.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier. This is a little bit, I guess, how the sausage gets made.
Sure.
So before this, we were a pre-interview before we.
Sure.
And we were saying that I look tired. I've been getting up like at 3 or 4 in the morning, and I go on YouTube.
Nope.
And I'm watching judo matches.
Oh, what? That sounds good. You go down the judo hole?
I go down the judo hole, and it's very big in Europe.
Yeah,
really,
it's very big there. Yeah.
The problem is you try and confront the judo head on, the judo videos, and you're like, I need to stop doing judo right away. That's the wrong method.
Sure,
you need to use the power of the judo video onto itself. So let it come to you, and then
use its own momentum.
To put myself to sleep.
Yeah. So do you think the judo videos are making you dumber or smarter at 3 a.m.?
They do the job. It's
okay.
It's healthy because it's not porn, but it's porny.
Pornish.
Sure, yes.
Pornish and grappling.
Bodies moving. A
lot of physical
fighting,
activity.
but they're clothed.
Sure.
There is a resolution too.
Now, let me ask her, do you ever accidentally like stumble into like a Steven Seagal wormhole, like accidentally? Like, do you fall in? I guess it'd be more of a gutter. Like, do you fall into a Steven Seagal gutter?
Sometimes I'll also watch boxing.
Yeah.
MMA a little bit, but I don't really. But I'll go into like there's like, there's a maybe Taekwondo or some other martial art, but judo's the main one. The meat and potatoes is judo.
If you ever find yourself like at 5 a.m. just watching Kimbo Slice videos of him challenging people to fight in boatyards where he knocks people's eyeballs out, that's where you've gone to. That's when you're like,
that's
honey,
too much.
Yeah, that's I need my wife to put me down.
If you get into like I think these are in like Japan a lot. They're like ceremonial martial arts, like dances where they're literally like somebody will run up to 4 people and then they throw them like 30 feet in the air. And then it's like amazing
it's like
martial
Japanese
arts, choreographed cheerleading.
Well, that sounds lovely. You know what? Last night, I also do this. There's a team of guys and they're Brits. It's like 5 or 4 white guys and a black guy, and there's a redheaded guy, and they do parkour all around the world.
It's great.
And they go to places and they'll stay like in a hotel. All of them, they're older than college kids, but they live that way.
Sure.
Right.
And they'll live in a hotel room and they'll show you the hotel room and like, we're just crashing here. And they have sleeping bags. But then they go out about town and they do parkour stuff. They'll set it up and talk about it.
Yep.
And they're really quite amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hooked with those guys a little bit too.
Now, if those guys did judo, you'd never be off the computer.
I'd never be
You'd
off.
never be off the computer. So let me ask you, do you think the world has gotten dumber since the last time we had you on this show? Like from then till now? Or is dumb just, being more exposed?
It's being celebrated.
Okay,
Yes.
that's it.
So I don't know if it's become more, but it's definitely the spotlight is on Dumber.
I think it's being given. Yeah, it's been given more credential.
Or people are more proud to eschew facts and just be like,
There's no reason why they shouldn't be. Yesterday I was listening to a podcast and they said there's a kid on YouTube and he opens up new toys.
Yeah.
And he started when he was 5 years old. Now he's about 8 or 9 and he makes about $20 million a year.
Yeah, fuck that kid. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry,
Right?
but that is
Someone
just
needs to judo him on his ass.
So why not be dumb if this is what's happening?
Right.
Dude.
But you're right. There's no rhyme or reason.
This is the main question. Is it better to be dumb and happy and wealthy and all that stuff, or smart and aware of all the world's problems and miserable?
Look at you. What do you? You play the mandolin, you tap dance.
Thank
All
you.
for what? For nothing.
For nothing.
No one cares
For not
about
a
that.
goddamn
No one cares.
This kid opens up a toy and he makes $20 million
Dude, he's
because people like his reaction.
Unboxing. All right, well, let's unbox the first story, shall
Okay,
we?
you ready?
Let's do We're going to
that,
open
Dan. We
this
have a
up.
present.
We have a gift for all of us here, and it's a gift of a story of dumb, and Oscar Nunez is with us, so let's jump right in.
Okay, you ready for this? The great thing is
Is this a real? Am I expecting a package or is this metaphorical?
This is a
This
metaphorical
is a
package.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. He really expected us to open something.
Here's the crazy thing. We've obviously we'll peel back some of the more of the curtain. Like we wanted to get out ahead of the holidays and make sure we got a whole bunch of things recorded and everything.
Sure.
So I put a lot of stories together. I don't remember them much at all. So
All right,
we're
this is
all
great.
the same
This
boat.
isn't
Okay.
it. Dan isn't even great.
Here we go. This was sent in by Jake Groney at Jake Groney.
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 Thanks, buddy.
Thank you, Jake, for sending this in. A Florida man, so you know we're ready for fun,
Already.
was in an LSD-induced rage when he allegedly attacked a Disney World security guard in October. Now, obviously, everybody's fine. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this story.
Yep.
But the idea of people... Isn't the point...
I got people at Disneyland during a pandemic. Dummy.
Okay,
I
as a
mean, why
whole,
is
yeah.
that? That you shouldn't even be
He's
there.
at World. He ups
Disney
it.
World.
He went to the World. He's got a park hopper.
Epcot. He's up at Epcot.
Is that the end of the story?
No.
No.
But my question is, it never is. Here, my question is, you want to do drugs at the Disney parks?
Go for it.
But
Go
why
for it.
a rage? Don't go there with rage drugs.
mushrooms would have been better than acid.
Way
right?
better.
I don't know if you've ever done mushrooms.
Did he plan on going to Disneyland and say, I'm going to trip balls and take this LSD? Or was he tripping already and said, I'm going to Disneyland?
Wow, that's
Right.
a
That
very
makes a
different thing.
difference.
Where are
First
we
of
going?
all, if he
What are
was
we doing
that-
today?
But Oscar, if he was that happy with the I'm going to Disneyland and then somehow turned a corner into Anger Town, I don't know.
Dan, he
That's-
went in, he got inside, he's tripping balls off, and
Right.
someone
Something
said, hey, you have
happened.
to put a mask on. And then it was lights out.
Right. Or maybe he wanted one of those balloons inside a balloon and his parents wouldn't let him get one.
Balloon in a balloon.
The balloon and the balloon at Disney, they're like $12 a piece.
It's the game inside the game. Is
but
you
it's
trying
just
to get
a
your parents to do it? I
balloon
know.
in a goddamn balloon.
And that's what makes it great.
And I think it's like Betamax. Isn't that the character?
Yeah, from Big
Baymax.
Hero 6.
Baymax. Yeah.
And he was tripping. So,
And he was,
Baymax was a little. There's a moment in
Scott
Big Hero
Adsit.
6.
Yeah.
Scott Adsit, who's hilarious, plays Baymax, and basically he hasn't been charged up for a while, and he starts to get and his we
kind of
fell out. It's like he's drunk, right?
He took a lewd.
It's like he's like looted out.
but I got news for you. Baymax isn't going and trying to take down security guards.
Here we go. James
that's the
Arvid.
okay, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Oscar. It's all of us.
I worked at Disney at Disneyland when I first moved here
Doing
for
what?
a while.
What did you do?
There was a dinner theater called Aladdin's Oasis. It was when the Aladdin movie came out.
Sure.
And there was dinner theater there, and that's how I joined. I think it was AGVA. And there's AGVA Equity. AGVA is like puppeteering and magic acts.
Right.
That's a union, and that's how I got into SAG by buying into
Agva.
the Disney one. But
That's
is
amazing.
the security guard? Is he covered?
That's a question.
Is he in a union, and will he be covered?
Yeah, that's
I
a
have
great
no
point.
idea.
That's a great point. Is he in?
Is this the guy? You just,
Now,
I
is
just
it
saw a
a-
picture.
Yeah,
come up.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to see him.
Oh,
in a
you're
second.
going to see him.
Yeah. So James Arvid which
Arvid.
Right.
Arvid sounds like the union that you were in.
If
you were in the Arvid
if you
union,
were born
right?
James Arvid, you're headed on 1-2 paths. You're either going to be a private investigator or like a parolee.
James Arvid,
James
private
Arvid.
investigator.
Yeah.
Prostitute.
Or you
That
got
works.
arrested at the age of 8 and it never stopped.
James Arvid smoking at 8.
James Arvid like burns ants.
Right. Who's coming over? James Arvid.
Honey,
Oh, no.
keep even
All
the
right,
dullest
here's
of
the deal.
knives.
Here's the deal.
put
Is
'em
he
away.
coming over? We're eating outside.
Hide the pets.
Hide
Hide all the
pets.
pets, even the fish. Hide them.
Hide the pets. Turn off the fountain in the pool, and we're eating outside.
Yeah. James Arvid was arrested on October 25th after the incident unfolded in Animal Kingdom's Dino Land, USA. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, this is a very young children's part of
Dino
Animal
Land?
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Dino Land is like a very fun, there's like a roller coaster for little kids over there. The other side of Animal Kingdom is all of the new like Avatar, Pandora stuff, which is some of the one of the best rides I've ever been on. And then you've got the safari. I'm well versed.
Yeah, Dan. So, but nothing crazy should be happening.
Everything is
in
very
Dino
chill.
Land.
Like
Dino Land.
if you get a job as a security guard in Dino Land, you
Essentially saying, I
Lost
got
kids. That's the
lost
highest it's
kid
going.
or
Yeah.
someone's dehydrated. Those are the
Yes.
two things I deal
Yeah,
with.
that's it.
Yeah.
You don't expect James.
James Arvid to just come
Also, by himself, that's a red flag. Tripping by yourself is
tripping
not.
by yourself.
Right. Because by yourself, that's like 2 or 3 people tripping and you see them, you're like, give these guys a wide berth. One
Yeah.
person tripping and you recognize it, you get to, you want to be more like, you okay, buddy?
No. The fact that if you're just tripping by yourself, you don't get to ask someone else, "Are we dead?"
No, if
That's
you're
the
2 or 3
fun.
people, you're shepherding each other along.
Thank you.
If there's
Yes.
2 or 3 of you, you keep an eye. By yourself, anything goes. You don't know what's happening.
Nothing.
That's right.
Why would you choose to
That's
do
a bad
that?
idea.
The security
Maybe
guard.
he was trying to rope in the security guard.
The
into it.
security guard was patrolling the area near Dino Land when Arvid
what did he
tackled
see?
him from behind.
Oh my
So what
God.
did he think the
He
security
had a
guard-
question. He had a question.
Where's the bathroom?
Or he thought he was going to score, and he had to tackle him.
Guys,
you
that
don't know
guy's
what's going
his
on in his
own.
mind.
That guy's running in.
He
He's
thought
at
he was
five-
Unbridled. That's right when you're tripping. That's an unbridled tackle. He did not hold back.
Oh
No,
no, that is
no.
full
That was
force,
helmet to helmet.
full force targeting.
It's targeting.
Like
Yeah.
you're
Oh, dear
horizontal
God.
to
What's
the
the
ground.
age of the security guard? Please let him be under 16.
Do you want to guess it?
Yeah, let's
I
guess
know
it.
the age of
I
the
hope he's a
security
young
guard.
kid. I hope
Let's
he's
guess.
a young kid.
Let's guess.
Early
Let's
20s?
guess it.
21.
How old do you think the security guard is? Or I could read you the rest of the story and then to the end you could make a guess.
Do you want to
Okay,
hear
go
the
ahead.
rest of the story? Let's hear
Okay,
more
all right,
details, and then
okay.
we'll ask again.
Authorities said Arvid. So first of all, to be not fair to Arvid, but he might have thought that the security guard was a dino. Like
dinosaur?
Yes, you never know. Which would
Fair.
be crazier to tackle him, I guess. Still, anyway. Authorities said Arvid then put the victim in a headlock and held him down.
Because he's trying to keep him there.
During this, the guard managed to radio for help. Park visitors also noticed the incident. How long do you think they thought this was a show?
You think it's real,
They're
right?
very good.
Well, so no, because at Universal Studios,
Which I worked at Universal. That was my first job when I moved to
Dan,
LA.
there's always.
What did you do, Dan?
Oh,
what did you
you
do
guys.
at Universal?
What'd you do, Dan?
I was a character escort.
Were you a minion?
No.
Character escort?
So I would walk around.
You would have sex with the characters.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was more about dinner and like making them not feel lonely.
What was it like just doing it with a velociraptor?
Guys, I would walk around with fucking Shrek, Fiona, Crash Bandicoot, Dora the Explorer. I have a story that I
You're
think is going to
security.
be in my next hour about
my
an
God.
experience I had with Dora the Explorer. That was, I'll save it.
Save it. You got into
Do
her
the curtains
backpack.
match the drapes?
Hey.
But really what it was is I would walk out with
Does
them
the curtain match the socks?
and then try to keep
boots? Is it boots or socks?
boots.
Backpack.
Some of the, yes.
Does the backpack match the boots?
Match the
guys. Ask our brothers for this hot Dora take. You guys don't understand that some cultures don't really like adhere to like single file lines.
Oh,
And
that's
so
racist.
my job would be to stand there and kind of like, whoa.
Hey.
Other people want to say hi to Shrek. And
No.
Like
Yes.
hey, your palm is in a kid's face and,
And
like pushing
you were
it
like
back.
the comedy
Were you
club
at the Universal
manager.
in New Delhi?
yes. And you get so good at seeing that age somewhere between 11 and 14
where
of a
just
kid
kids
who's
just barrel forward.
they've decided they want to punch Shrek. And you could see them.
My kid's 12, so I know that age.
Yes.
I can get him. I can get one shot in on him.
Yes.
What's he going to do? Is he going to feel it? He's an ogre.
Oh, it was just a lot of that.
Dan. So you're a security guard and you're just patrolling Dino Land, thinking to yourself, thank God I'm got Dino Land and not one of these other, I'm not Avatar, where there could be people tripping all the time.
If
And
I just could say this in James' defense, well, two things. I think that kid has a nickname. I can't see him.
James Arvid.
I think James.
Sure.
He has something.
Well,
James
he probably goes
sounds
by
very
Jimmy.
proper.
Jimmy A.
Exactly. And I think he meant no harm.
Yeah.
I don't think it was malicious. I think he thought this is some type of security, or someone's after me, or this guy doesn't belong here. I'm the good guy. He's like, I'm the good guy. This guy needs to go down.
Right. So there's no malintent, and that should be taken into consideration in sentencing. But let's continue.
You're a good lawyer.
It's like it's like when Birbiglia thinks he sees like a giant buzzing fly.
That's what I'm saying. He probably thought this was a lizard person in Dino Land.
Come trip with me.
During the assault, the guard radios for help. Park visitors noticed the incident and were able to pull Jimmy Arvid off of the guard. The Good Samaritans then subdued Arvid, which
By the way, kudos to the guard for being in a headlock and being able to...
We got a deal down here.
And being able to pull out the walkie and radio. That's unbelievable.
For sure.
It may not have been the first time this has happened to him.
Clearly, this is or it's part of their training.
So after
he sensed it. He sensed this guy was messed up.
He knows if you are tackled, if you are in a headlock, reach for the radio. That's why you put the radio in your back pocket.
After the audience stopped
This will happen. This will happen to you.
Right.
Dan, at the audience.
After the audience stopped clapping, Jimmy was restrained. They subdued him until police arrived. When they got here, that's when they restrained him on a stretcher and transported him to a local hospital.
So get the fattest guy there to sit on him, right? Is that what restraining him is, Oscar?
At the hospital, Jimmy Arvid allegedly told the nurse that he took LSD and tried to kill someone.
Okay.
Don't skip the Disney part.
Yeah. Yes.
You had a big day.
Several rides.
You ate a $9 pretzel. The security guard...
I'd want to kill someone too after that.
Right. Was not seriously injured in the attack, but was left with 2 bloody cuts on his elbow. No Disney guests were hurt during the incident. Quote, "We do not tolerate violence of any kind at our property and appreciate those, including the Orange County Sheriff's Office deputies who quickly came to the aid of this cast member."
By the way, it's not Orange County, California. It's Orange County in Florida. And I'm sure.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
You said a cast member? Was it a
referred to the
security guard or
security
someone
guard?
playing a security guard?
Exactly. Well, you know the rules down there at Disney. If you have a pin on, you're a cast member.
So security guards, even though they're security, they're
considered a cast member.
Okay, so Pluto. Goofy wasn't dressed up as a security guard.
No, but that would make more sense as to why he tackled him.
Because Jimmy would. Yeah.
But Goofy can talk, and he's a dog. Pluto cannot talk,
This
and
is
he's
Stand By Me.
also a dog.
This is directly lines from the movie Stand By Me.
Yeah. I like
And
it.
if, let's say Goofy did get attacked, you have to stay in character, even while you're being
100%.
right. You
I'm
can't
gonna
break.
go stand.
That hurts my head. My spleen just burst.
Back up, touch me again, I'll fucking kill you.
As long as you're in character.
I need some backup. I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
You kind of sound like the weasels
None of us can
from
do
Roger
Goofy.
Rabbit.
We have it in our minds, but it doesn't come out. Right? What does Goofy sound?
So I'm just in, and not to go one step further than Stand By Me.
For it.
So could Goofy walk Pluto around on a leash, or on a leash, and what would that do? Or can he claim in a interspecies, almost racist way that I own you?
Yes.
That you are my
But
property.
some people say Goofy's not a dog.
It is acceptable. It's just like Planet of the Apes. When the first apes evolved, could they have a chimpanzee pet that was not evolved? Can a talking ape have
That's a great
chimpanzee
question.
that's not?
That to me is like the philosophical question of Disney that no one is asking.
I hope someone's listening to this episode on some sort of mind-altering drugs, and now we're like really fucking with their head by bringing all this up.
Give me some of that LSD.
They're gonna tackle somebody.
They're gonna tackle. What else could you do?
Give me a tab.
In the sheriff's office report, Jimmy Arvid was described as being bloody, sweating profusely, non-responsive to commands, and compulsively kicking his legs.
Non-responsive to commands, just like Goofy.
The report said that Arvid, that's Jimmy, appeared to be in a state of excited delirium, and I've never seen these two words together in a Dumb People Town story. We've done this for a long time. He also had, quote, unexpected strength. Does that just mean like when you size somebody up?
No, he has drug strength. It's like drug strength, mom strength.
It's drug. It's drug strength.
Drug strength. Drug strength is actually stronger than Boy Superman. Like drug strength, you take the car that's on your uncle, and if you're tripping, and then you throw it on your aunt.
Yes.
Hey, were we ran somewhere? Maybe it was in Buffalo, New York, and some guy was like so drunk he was kind of like messing with us, and we were in a big group, and we're like, we should beat this guy down, and then he like lifted up a giant table and like started doing pull-ups. Or is this a dream?
That's
of
a
mine?
dream.
That never happened. I feel like we were somewhere.
Never happened.
We saw a guy who had like drunk strength. And
I would never look at a drunk guy and be
like,
like, I could take that guy.
no,
Never.
Dumb drunk strength.
You and
They
I
feel no pain.
I think
Maybe
you and
that was
I were
us.
in Austin once, and there was a real drunk guy who turned that weird drunk corner where he was like, "I know you." I know, and you're like, okay, cool, man. And then then you can start to hear it turn because he goes, I bet you think you're more famous than everybody. And you're like, okay, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Like, I bet you think you're like one of the funny. And you're like, okay.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you can feel that anger that they have directed at one of their parents.
So much. I appreciate you so
To Oscar, they're like, hey, why don't you get over here and do a confessional to me? Thank you very much,
buddy.
sir.
All
Goodbye.
right.
No, thank you.
Yeah. The report said that he was in excited delirium with unexpected strength. He was charged with battery on a security guard. He has pleaded not guilty. First, I'm going to show you a picture of Jimmy Arvid, who looks like
we caught a glimpse.
He was supposed to be a bully in the show Stranger Things.
Let's see it.
Let's bring it up. His hair is everything you want it to be. His facial hair is everything you want it to be. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at that head of hair.
Jeez.
He also feels like his face is busting out of his head. Do you know what I'm saying? Like
he looks like he's growing in 2 or 3 different directions.
He looks like you talked initially about the balloon inside the balloon. He looks like a face inside of a face.
Also, if you want to see his face, go to the Dumb People Town Facebook page. Join it if you haven't already. Please do. He looks like
I'd be surprised if he didn't tackle the security guard.
Yeah,
Right.
you look at that
Yes.
face and you're like, wait, have you yet?
But is this guy tackled anybody yet?
You can say
yet.
Doesn't he look like the bad guy in a Pixar movie?
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's young.
He
He's
is
a young kid.
Yes.
And he probably took an entire tab of LSD. Of
Oh,
course he's
yeah.
going to go
Oh,
nuts.
for sure.
Who's the older?
He's an idiot. He took too much. He should have taken a quarter with other people, not by himself.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I love your herd shepherding mentality. You need that when you
Dan,
it
are you
was-
saying he's Steve from Stranger Things?
Yes.
No, he's like an evil Steve.
He got
Evil
pretty
Steve.
far. He got put on a veil. Like
If Steve got raped by a Demogorgon,
That's
That's it. We've got
it.
it. Jimmy needs to join the Coast Guard
That's
or
right.
something.
Yeah,
He's
it's
gotta go.
100%.
He
Get a
needs
buzz cut and figure
to
it
keep
out.
busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He needs to
that
keep
is
busy.
though a beautiful head of hair. If he managed it right now, it's wild like a
I'm gonna
Mustang.
say that it's a mane. It's a
It's a
mane.
mane.
Well, you're like, is that a mullet? And you're like, no, it's a party in the front and in the
party
back.
in
He
the back.
looks like
I
he grew
gotta
his
say
own
that-
wig.
That gaze is unapologetic. He's proud.
He
Yes.
is proud.
He's
That is
very
the
proud.
pride of, and it's like Oscar, you were saying he had the drugs, but nobody to do
Doesn't
it
he
with.
look like he got kicked off the wrestling team?
He looks like he could take
Yeah.
3 punches.
This is exactly what happened. He got kicked out of football, wrestling, all that stuff. So there's no sports left for him.
Right.
I'm gonna do.
He's not
a
going
jo-
to college.
no,
I'm gonna
right.
do
What
a
is he gonna
joke.
do?
I'm gonna do a joke from when my wife Amy did comedy years ago. She used to do a joke about Magic the Gathering. The slogan for Magic the Gathering is all you need is a deck of cards and some friends. Deck of cards, not a problem. So all you need is some LSD and some friends.
And you're good to
Got
go.
the LSD.
Got the LSD.
I bet he loves the band
They're
The
late.
Perfect Circle. He loves the Perfect
Or
Circle.
Rise.
Or he's like, have you heard of Creed? Let me play you some
Yeah,
Creed.
we've
It's
all heard
we've
The
all
first
heard it.
album's good.
Yeah.
We've all
Okay,
heard-
here we go. Ready?
You guys, you know who he looks like?
Who?
Like if Russell Crowe had a nephew.
Yes, Russell Crowe's nephew. He has Russell Crowe's nephew syndrome.
He does kind of just look Australian.
Yeah.
RCN,
He's ready to go.
RCNS,
Russell Crowe's nephew syndrome.
There you go. All right, let's get out of here on this. How old do you think the security guard is? What?
Security. Not him.
Not him.
Not him.
That kid's 17.
Yeah, that kid's he's a teenager,
17.
high teens.
I'm gonna say the security guard's 19.
19. Only 19.
They may know each other. Did they know each other?
No, stop. Jay, what do you think? 47.
47.
I think he's 32.
32. All right. We'll close out story number 1 here because the security guard who got blindside tackled
by high on LSD. Yep.
Blindside
tackled, bloodied both of his elbows, was able to radio for help and needed
was in a headlock for a brief period.
47. And needed all the people who bought a ticket to the show to help him with this. Jimmy Harvard.
Not a show. Is
41 years old.
Wow, Jay, you were right.
Yeah, what did you say, Rand?
I said 32.
He was 9 off. You were 7.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good age for a security guard.
It is.
Doing well. All right, first story down in the books. Oscar Nunez is with us. I'm so excited. Don't go anywhere because there's more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
So my family, Jay and Dan, we used Every Plate this week. We cooked a couple of meals with Every Plate for dinner, and they were so fun, and they were so easy to do. And
30 minutes takes like 30 minutes,
and I got a chance to help out because they have the instructions on a card for dummies like me,
Dumb People Town,
and it's dumb. It's perfect
and
for dumb people.
Pre-portioned ingredients. It's like it's no stress.
You're never gonna not do it right. They're like, pick up this packet and put it in.
Right, but so if you right now, we don't want to be in the store longer than we have to be in the store, searching and hunting down for little items that we need to make something different than the 6 meals we've been making every meal.
Yeah.
These guys send it all to you with easy to follow instructions.
Take out the guesswork as far as the portions are concerned. And it is, I'm telling you, we made this pork dish I can't stop thinking about it with this beautiful sweet sauce.
The pork and rice and that dish is so good.
It was just amazing. And again, it felt healthy too. I finished the meal and I wasn't like, oh, I'm really weighed down because they give you the right amount of everything.
Yep.
Every Plate is easy to use. It takes all the guesswork out of it. It gets delivered to your door, contactless delivery. So you know that that's cool. It's a safe and easy way to make great food in your house, and to do it together as a family gives you another thing you can do in a positive
Tell
way.
them what they get, Dan.
Our townies right now, you guys can get 3 weeks. Listen to this, of Every Plate meals for only $2.99 per meal.
It's amazing.
If you go to everyplate.com and enter the promo code DPT3, the number 3. Again, that's Every Plate, just like it sounds, EveryPlate.com, and enter the code DPT3 for 3 weeks of Every Plate meals for only $2.99 per meal.
All right, guys. I want to talk about your mental health. It's important to us. We love all of our fans who are listening to this show and want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Sometimes that's the last thing we do. We take care of everybody else but ourselves.
Yep.
And there are a lot of stumbling blocks, especially in this world that we live in right now. I don't want to go out. I don't want to meet someone new. I don't want to be in an office with someone.
Or I'm isolated and I'm lonely, and my regular loneliness is now compounded because of the pandemic.
Or it's too expensive. Well, we have a solution for you right now, and it's our good friends at BetterHelp, HELP. BetterHelp is so good. They help you through your most difficult times right now.
Well, they assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional counseling, and it's done securely online. Broad range of expertise available. And again, this may not be available locally in your area. You might be living in a part of the world where you don't have this kind of high-quality therapy, and you can get it. You can log into your account anytime, send a message to your counselor anytime. You get thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions. You won't ever need to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room with traditional therapy. Man, they want you guys to feel better.
Yeah.
And it's more affordable than traditional offline therapy.
And the great thing is you can see some of the reviews where people have talked about how it's been for them. Here's one right here. John is very thoughtful counselor. He lets me take things at my own pace and is considerate of my needs. There's no agenda to his counseling. His discussions only feel supportive of my own goals and self-growth. It's great to have him as a support guide in my life. I couldn't recommend him more. And there's another one here where somebody just says it's just a safe and non-judgmental place for me to express myself and talk to somebody,
which is what we need right now. So Jay, tell them how they can do it.
We have a special offer for our listeners. Get 10% off your first month.
It's a good deal
by going to betterhelp.com/DPT. That's betterhelp.com/DPT. Take care of yourself, your mental health. We want you to be happy, and so do the folks at BetterHelp. Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We want to thank everyone who came to the live Dumb People Town.
For sure.
Which was that last weekend? Am I on my time?
I don't know how the time might be.
Definitely has happened.
It's already happened, and we've already announced the next live one, which will be on January 16th. And the guests and the tickets are on sale now. Zach Galifianakis is the guest, and music by the former lead singer of the Civil Wars, John Paul White, who is amazing and brilliant and beautiful. And it'll be Zach's up in Canada, John Paul White's down in Alabama. It's going to be
all the bases.
It is going to be
It's
so
the
much
power
fun.
of Zoom. It's really fun. We can't wait.
That's so cool.
We
Go to
wanna see you guys.
eventbrite.com and check that out. And we've got Oscar Nunez here right now. And
Tell us what you're doing right now. You're on shows. You're on
Mr. Iglesias, correcto?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's fresh.
Yes.
That's new season
That's
out.
fresh. That came out. I don't know. They split the last season up into 2 parts, and so they rolled out
I
the.
just saw it on my
last-
main page on Netflix, so I think it's out now.
It's on Netflix.
Good show, great guy. We just had him on this podcast. I love Gabriel so much.
Sweetheart.
He's a good fella.
He's a good fella and a great, God damn, he's a good stand-up comedian. He's so good. It was great to see him on this show because you see his mind work in these stories.
And but he doesn't come from like improv. Like he's not like
He's a stand-up.
Straight stand-up.
He's stand-up. He talks with the crowd, and then the warm-up guy is great, and then Gabe comes out and just starts talking to them, and that's what he does. He does it. It's like, and he's a stand-up, and then he'll learn the lines and he'll do the lines, but it's very much tailored to
what he
Gabe,
is. Yeah, who he is.
You had him on the show,
Yeah.
so he was going to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He
didn't
was
know
going
that.
to be a teacher, and a friend said, "We know you're going to be a teacher. Why don't you go do some open mics? Because you're really funny. We just want to see you do this." He's like, "All right, I'll go," and he never looked back. But he was on his path to becoming a
being
teacher.
Yeah.
Probably
That's
in
amazing.
Long Beach, where he lives.
Yeah, I love it.
I love
it's
that.
so good. All right, everyone, check that out. That's on
And
Netflix.
Jay, you've been binging The Office. I mean,
we'll get into. Do you want to do that now?
we can get into it later.
We have some questions for you later. I mean, my son and I, Liev and I, just watched who we ran into on the street. I think we were driving
That's
up
right.
in the hood.
We always
and
run
met.
into each other.
I know, I love it. And I don't know, man. He was freaking out when we left because we had just been binging the whole thing. He just didn't want to fanboy in your face. But I think we'll talk about what the later seasons meant and how I feel like you were a huge part of why that show magically sort of came back around and was as wonderful as it was in the beginning.
Well, it's crazy. Like to him, like at the beginning, I was like, "Oh yeah, we have fans," but then we really try to, or we all do, try to be really nice to the fans, no matter what, because it's as if you or I met Ted Knight when we were kids.
Yes.
You were his age.
Yes. Correct.
Someone like that, right? You'd go, your head would explode. I know if I would have met like Tony Randall or anyone that
Ted
I
Danson.
loved those sitcoms.
Ted Danson and Woody
From
Harrelson
Cheers.
on Cheers. The way we watched that show.
So
That's right.
it was a magical moment. We'll get into that at the top of the next segment a little bit for our Patreon.
For our
fans.
Patreon
dig into
fans, we'll do that.
But Dan's got another story for us.
Let's jump in right
You
away.
guys ready?
Yes.
Oh, I want to remind everybody. Oh, I just screwed this up. I want to remind
But
everybody
my
that
sister lives in Florida.
Oh,
geez.
really?
She's a Florida woman.
I'm sorry.
She's a Florida
January 2nd is a live Pen Pals, and the 30th of December is bingo. If you want to help raise money for No Kill Shelters, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and
Super
the Food
fun.
Bank, you
You've
can do
done
that
it.
and win some prizes with me. I do that every month, and comedians come on and help us raise some money and call some bingo numbers. You guys have done it.
Such a blast.
fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Oh, and the other thing is we're going to be doing more stereos, which are so much fun.
Oh,
do you know
God,
Do you know the stereo app, Oscar? It's really cool. It's this free app that we get to have like conversations with each other, and people leave voicemails. Feels like an old school radio show, like a call-in show where people leave their voicemails and we hear them in real time, and then we answer them right away. They can leave another one, and it's like we're
Okay,
running.
that's pretty
this-
cool.
It's a
really cool.
It's
Really
a neat
fun.
app, and they can join
So
that.
we're going to do that. We do it sort of Tuesdays and
Yeah,
Thursdays.
just check in, follow us, and we'll let you know when we're going.
Okay,
live.
you guys ready for this?
Yes.
Send in
Yeah.
by Rob Fair at Rob Fair.
No,
3.
I think it's Rob Ferre.
Is
Rob
it?
Ferre. Yep.
Rob Ferre.
That's
Okay.
it.
The kind you find in a secondhand store. I want to do that at the next karaoke.
I don't know if we can. No, I said the next song we're doing at the goddamn. We can do it at karaoke, but the next goddamn comedy jam song is.
Working part-time in a 5 and 9.
What is it?
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner.
Okay, you too.
Sometimes I feel like my only friends.
Okay.
That's what it's gonna be. It's a hard one to get to. Oh, we can get there. I got to start working out.
Have you done Lido?
I have not done the
Lido
Lido
shuffle?
shuffle. You know the Lido shuffle, right, Bosco?
Oh, look at us.
Here's for the show. Lido's waiting for no go Lido. Enough. Get to the story.
It's worth the lawsuit.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop.
In-N-Out Burger.
My favorite.
Is it really?
One of my favorites, although my kids are starting to love McDonald's so much that it bugs the crap out of me. But yes, I do like it. Do you know that there at every In-N-Out 2 palm trees in the shape of a cross? Or in the shape of the cross? Shape of a cross. It's very Christian.
Really?
Yeah, In-N-Out.
No.
Outside a plant, a real palm trees outside. I haven't noticed.
Yes. Yeah. So there's and it's on the packaging. Yes, there's a cross.
Wouldn't that just be an X?
No, it's a cross. It's a cross. I mean, and they have judo matches out front, so it's part of a judo.
They're doing a lot of demos.
Christian. Oh, stop it! God damn it! Judo Christian Society.
You saved it with the judo Christian.
Yeah,
there you go. See, now Oscar's interested, but only at 3 a.m.
I'm interested now.
He's Googling. All right, go.
In-N-Out failed to live up to its name Friday as a long line formed at its first Colorado locations, prompting a brawl between customers. The California-based fast food chain opened 2 locations in the state. This would be in Colorado, one in Colorado Springs and one in Aurora. The latter of the 2 locations saw wait times up to how long? How long do you think people waited in line for In-N-Out in Aurora, Colorado?
Which they've already had tragedy. So, I mean, how long do you think, Oscar, how long were they waiting?
Wow. In order for it to make a Dumb People Town story.
The first number that popped in my head was 11 for some reason. I'm going to go 9. 9 hours.
9 hours.
9 hours.
Okay.
I don't know if it's that long. I think they waited 4 hours. If you wait 4 hours for
In-N-Out.
Yeah. Jay, I think 2 hours. Jay, you think 2 hours? Okay.
2 hours. I wait in line for 2 things. Open bars and water slides. Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else?
You're going to get wet. Have you been to Hurricane Harbor?
Of course. Bet your ass I have.
That's so good.
Dude, I've been to. I'll go up to the Dells.
You got to come with us.
I'll go to Wisconsin Dells. We'll go to Noah's Ark. We'll go to Family Funland.
There's no such thing anymore with coronavirus. But yes,
I know.
Fine. It'll never happen again.
Blizzard Beach. Did you see that documentary? I'm sure you did. Did you see the documentary?
Yes. Class Action Park.
Is it? Did you do that?
I can't believe I never went. You guys, it was
where'd you grow up?
For me. Union City, Hudson County in New Jersey, right at that time.
Never went?
But you never went to Action Park?
No, it was too far.
Okay, but growing up, did you know it was a thing some people were going to?
Yes, but I would go to Rockland Lake, like Rockland County. I would go to Lake Welch.
Yes.
Or to Wildwood, Seaside Heights, Asbury Park.
Sure.
Go to the beach. We wouldn't go to the
water park.
Had I known, I would have gone.
Oh, Wildwood, New Jersey is crazy though. All those old motels as you drive through there, isn't that in Wildwood?
Wait, but have you guys watched Class Action Park?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god! So Oscar and I obviously have.
So it's all about all these lawsuits that came against.
It's insane. Alison Becker is in it, and
is she really?
Chris.
Yeah, Chris Gethard.
Chris Gethard.
And Chris Gethard's delivery of the things he partook in and just witnessed is so perfectly, I mean, it's his comedy. So it's so like dry and perfect. Like
right.
He's like, and then this guy died. Like we watched this guy die. And then they were like, clean the slide. We're getting back on.
They wouldn't close the park. They just would, and people would die and they would stay open. It was crazy.
Same day, stay open. Hey man, you said the show's got to go on.
You know who would have fit right in? James.
James Arvid. James Arvid would have
100%.
The show goes on for that cat.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
You have to watch that.
Okay.
I'm going to. It's wild.
We'll do.
Okay. In-N-Out Burgers failed to live up to its name. Here's how long, friends. A line. What did you say?
I said 4. Jay said 2, and Oscar said 9. He bumped it down from 11.
The latter of the 2 locations saw wait times up to 14 hours.
Oh my God. What? Oscar.
14 hours to pay for
I thought
food.
11. And I thought it was
you
too
should
much
have stayed
choice.
with 11. You won anyway. If it takes 14 hours for your wife or your partner to
give birth to a baby.
That's too long.
That's
too long.
Someone's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
14 hours.
14 hours.
Jeez.
14, guys.
I mean,
Do you order accordingly? Do you order? It's like, hey, we're like,
let's order breakfast.
We've waited
let's
in line
order,
at Franklin Barbecue. We waited.
So
have
you've been to Austin, Texas, right? You've been there, haven't you, Oscar? So Franklin Barbecue is amazing, and I will say that line is incredible. And you can wait in that line for 3 hours.
We waited for like 4 hours.
That is pushing the max. But I could see
that's
that.
pushing the max. That's the max.
We left the line. We got coffee. We came back. We made an experience out of it.
We made friends with the people in line. It was fun. But
our joke on stage when we were doing stand up there every night is we were like, hey, we were supposed to do a full hour tonight. We're going to have to cut a little bit short because
we got to go to Franklin Barbecue.
Got to get in line for tomorrow. And they loved it.
It's like
because they get it
right, and then they'd run out.
So
of
what
food.
you said you did stand up?
So we did stand up in Austin.
Yes.
Austin and
You guys do
Cap City.
You guys do comedy?
We do come on. Oh God, Jesus! Who are you, James Arvid? Jesus Christ! You just
is that what
tackled
I'm
us
listening and I'm starting to
You didn't
feel
know.
that.
You couldn't get the comedy vibe from what we're doing. Thank you.
I waited
He
over.
thought we were singers. Lido.
Don't you I've waited over 2
I
hours
thought you were poet laureates.
for the Avatar ride where you ride a Banshee at Disney World, and that's worth it.
So the
For
new
14
the new
hours.
Star Wars ride, but the new Star Wars ride at Disneyland, and Disney World, which is supposed to be the greatest ride ever, like as far as a practical
experience.
It's not one of those simulated experiences where you think, but it is practical and there's stuff all around you. Supposedly it's the best ride ever. People waited 8 hours for that. And that, I guess, for the very first time you do it, that I understand it's an experience. This is fast food.
Right. You can get something similar a block away.
Yeah.
14 hours.
But I can't, you guys, I could do 4 is the limit.
4 is the limit.
8 hours for anything doesn't take away from, like, what are you waiting for?
I better be getting paid.
Unless you don't know, like you guys, like you go with a group of people and people come and go and you're in line and you leave some people online. But
there's going to be a brawl. Some people are going to fight.
So Randy and I, when we were at the University of Michigan in 1991, camped out for a night. We camped out for 14 hours. We waited to go see the University of Michigan, the Fab Five, who had just come to Michigan, play Duke, the national champions.
Christian Laettner, Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill Thomas. And that game was unbelievable. Chris Webber, in regulation, almost hit a 3-quarter shot to
Michigan
win the
came
game.
back from being down 17, took it to overtime, then they lost. And we watched a whole basketball game. That felt worth it. That was 2.5 hours of fun.
Here's why.
That's
because it's a memory I still have.
That's going to happen one time. You needed to be in line to get it. You can come back to this In-N-Out tomorrow, and it's at least going to be a third of the time. And if you wait a week, there's going to be there'll always be a line because it's In-N-Out.
But
why do you need 10 minutes?
Why do you need this now? That's really the thing, Dan.
14 hours now need it.
Do you think we know it's the burger is good and all that, but do you think religion had something to do with it?
And we talked about the palm trees crossing.
That's
this
what
might be a religious thing.
Saying. Look, you're waiting for the Messiah to come again.
I love
Show up there.
I love what it says here. For context, one could drive from Aurora, Colorado to the In-N-Out in Orem, Utah in only 8 hours.
Yeah.
A round trip would only slightly be longer than waiting in the drive-through line at the newest location.
Not worth it.
At one point, the Aurora Police Department tweeted out a warning about the drive-through wait times, which had hit 12 hours by 4:30 p.m. on opening day.
Nope.
Aurora Police Department tweeted out, quote, "It's official. Traffic is double animal style." You love a police station joke.
Stay in your lane.
Don't swerve.
Shut up and dribble.
A double animal style right now all the way around the mall. We are on hand helping manage the massive traffic response. Be patient and be kind. I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe support another local eatery today and In-N-Out another day if traffic is too hectic for you. Love that too. They really rounded this out.
And by the way, if you're In-N-Out, you're not mad at, hey, support us another day. Because it's not like you're only open. It's not a pop-up. You're there for a while.
Yeah.
It's not a pop-up.
So what does that say about In-N-Out though? You're opening too few places.
Yeah, you could have opened.
You could open 4 locations.
Yeah.
Or 8 new locations.
In
now
Dunedin.
those are franchises we can buy into.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Exactly. Do it.
Can you imagine when In-N-Out hits Chicago?
Shit, man.
Because it's going. I mean, it's coming. It's already in Texas. And now Colorado.
Oh, it is already. It is in Texas.
I believe they got
Texas.
They got their one in
their
Houston.
thing was we play it close to the vest because we're Christian. We want control of this, so we're not going to let it go just willy nilly.
No, they're spreading the good word.
And you know how Christianity likes to play everything close to the vest and doesn't like to bring more people into the fold.
Yeah.
They don't proselytize anybody.
No, they're on a mission to keep it close to the vest.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Right. Police were ready for issues that may arise among the thousands of fans eager to lock down the chain's signature double-double and animal-style fries. And one such incident did happen at the Aurora Outpost.
Of course.
This is like a grand way to call a location to get food.
The Aurora Outpost sounds like someone was trying to trade pelts for fries.
Yeah.
The Aurora Outpost.
In the video posted to social media, 3 men can be seen brawling outside a line of cars. 2 of the men fall to the ground, with one of them losing his sweatpants in the process.
There you go.
I have a picture here.
Always a great moment.
You can see the guy in the far right. His pants have come down, and he is still trying to get into the melee.
Oh wait, so he's in boxers.
Yes,
but
because his pants. You can see on his right leg that it's around the ankle.
That's how many burgers you're expecting to eat. You can't even wear regular pants.
I mean, it surprises me that someone in a rust-colored Mitsubishi is starting to fight.
with somebody in an orange Mitsubishi Eclipse. I love that the guy breaking it up looks like the toughest guy of all of them.
That's right. Oscar, what were you going to say?
Well, I just think the police keep mentioning like we're here to help. Well, grab an apron.
Yeah, exactly. Start flipping burgers for Christ's sake.
Yes, we need more food. We don't need security. Just
how long do you think a 14-hour line is? A mile of cars?
Oh, more than that.
More than that.
It has to be more than that.
It has to be like 5 miles.
Like that affects traffic major.
And it also I'm sorry, but it speaks to a larger problem.
Right.
Which is?
That something's wrong.
Yes.
If you're waiting, if so many people need to, right?
If you need to get it there right now. But if you're willing to wait.
Right now.
If you're willing to wait.
Do you think that
hours.
so McDonald's had to be dead?
Yeah.
Nobody was at McDonald's, and obviously no one's at
McDonald's.
Arby's.
Could have been
They're
like
heathens. They're heathens.
Right.
McDonald's.
Yeah, they're like, we're giving away puppies, and people are like, whatever.
It's In-N-Out Day.
I'm only 9 hours away from the front.
And also, don't they have like scripture on the cups or on the wrapping or something?
Oh, you're
Isn't there
right.
something else
Maybe
going
on the bottom of the cup in
There's
the
something,
ring
right?
of it.
There's words.
Yes.
In-N-Out.
The person who recorded the
see
video
if I can find what
claimed the fight happened after one of the drivers refused to let a car in front of him in line, but the car cut him off anyway.
This is what it's going to be. So okay. I use this as an example for the country as the whole. When someone wants to subvert the rule of what's going on, okay, you've waited in line this long and everyone voted and said, this is who is going to be the next president. If someone tries to subvert that, you're going to have problems. If someone's like, I waited in line for 8 hours and I'm still 5 hours away.
On the Soda cup.
It's like Psalms, right? It's a
Did you call it a Soda cup?
Shut up. Yeah, on the soda.
Jay called it a soda. It's a cup that you can only, in acting terms, speak really quietly.
Oh, look, here we have it.
It says John 3:16, which reads, "For God so loved." John 3:16 is what they put up at football.
I know this verse. So for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and whoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
In other words, you're going to make this field goal.
That's what I thought John 3:16 meant.
And on the milkshake cup, it's Proverbs 3:5. Do you know that, Dan?
Yes.
My
trust.
My milkshake tastes better than yours.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding, and let the guy in who wants to cut in front of you.
Wait a minute. That's not. Is that scripture?
That's
3:5.
very relevant.
So that means this story is a prophecy.
That's Luke 3:16.
Yes.
That's
if you
it,
hit
man.
someone's bumper, turn the other bumper.
Turn the other bumper.
All right, that's story number 2, my friends.
Jesus, just be
14-hour
careful.
wait. I
It's
know.
not. The story number 2
Let's
is.
be careful out there.
Let's seriously. Jesus.
New Hill Street Blues.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait,
story
who
number
was
2
the
is.
one who made up the words to the theme song of Hill Street Blues? Hill Street Blues, Hill Street Blues, Hill Street Blues. I've got those Hill Street Blues. Not the
idea.
Reds, but the Hill Street Blues.
All right, that's a story.
Whose joke
I don't
was
know,
that?
but
It's
it's
so
funny.
funny.
We got to give credit
You
where credit
guys,
is
you
due.
want to hear something?
Uh-huh.
Betty Thomas lives up the street from me.
No way.
Betty Thomas. Wow.
Betty Thomas
Hill
from
Street
Hill Street
Blues.
Yes.
She was amazing.
She was the
blonde
Ken
hair.
Marino. Wasn't Ken Marino her partner? The guy who
Ken
used to be a running
Marino
back
is
for
in the state. You're talking about
Ken Marino.
No, you're
is
Ed Marinara.
Ed Marinaro.
Ed Marinaro.
Ken Marino.
You sure
is
it's not Johnny Pasta Sauce?
Marino's in the state.
Eddie Marinara. Hey, this guy over here.
All right.
All right.
Dan,
Story number six.
can you
All right.
tease what we've got in story 3?
Well, first of all, if you're a Patreon member, this is when you'll get to hear a little bit of extras. We talked to Oscar about the
Office and some other cool
but the
things.
story takes place in Texas.
Oh boy.
And it has to do with tickling.
Oh,
I love it. That's all of that with Oscar Nunez.
Don't mess with Texas, but you can tickle it.
Right after this.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Okay, guys, it is December, which means we are knee deep in our Christmas movie watching.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the holiday season. People are hopefully getting to take a break right now. A few days left in this year.
But what happens if you go to Netflix and discover that your favorite holiday or Christmas movie is not available? Get ready to have your mind blown, because guess what? You can use our friends at ExpressVPN to watch any Netflix library in the world.
You know what I did? From South Korean Netflix, I was able to watch Die Hard.
Boom.
A perfect Christmas movie. Or like on
Dude.
French Netflix, they have Gremlins.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Do you consider both of those Christmas movies?
Yeah, Gremlins
Okay,
is a
good.
Christmas movie.
Yes.
It's in one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time.
I completely agree
Because
with
there is
you.
a little gremlin with a Santa hat on. He's having fun while he's ripping stuff up.
It's so simple, dudes. All you have to do is just open the app, hit one button, change your location, refresh. You refresh your Netflix, and that's it. Boom. You can watch Netflix from other countries and be able to get access to some of the movies that you can't get here. But it's not just Netflix. It works with any streaming service.
Disney Plus, Hulu,
Yep.
BBC, iPlayer, you name it. So all those great BBC shows that aren't available over here, get into it.
I Am Alan Partridge, all those seasons, all that stuff. It's all good. The original Office, all that jam.
Now, there's a lot of VPNs out there, but the reason that ExpressVPN is the one to use for watching movies and shows is because it's so fast. There's never any buffering, which is so frustrating when you just
Stream
want to
in
start watching
HD.
something. Yes, and that makes it great too. I just hate when you're watching something, it just keeps stopping and buffering. You don't have to worry about that with ExpressVPN because they're so fast. Works with all of your devices, like we said.
Phones,
services.
tablets,
Yeah.
media console, smart TV. So you can use it and watch whatever and wherever you want on, or go to the big screen. Check it out on your big screen. So if you visit the special link right now, expressvpn.com/DPT, you can get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. Support this show. Watch what you want. Get your holiday fix in at expressvpn.com/DPT.
Hey there. The holidays are here, so it's good to know Kroger can save you some time with free pickup on all your fresh favorites. Whether your traditions call for a hearty helping of juicy ham, ample apple pie, or Aunt Sue's legendary twice-stuffed stuffing, Kroger has got you covered. So order for free pickup at Kroger.com or the app and get more time to get your holiday on when you grab your groceries curbside. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show.
Dan, let's jump back in. Let's do this.
Let's bring us
You
on
ready
home,
to take us
brother.
home?
You guys ready for story 3?
Yes, we are.
Here we go. There's a tickle bar opening in Dallas.
In coronavirus times?
Yeah, you heard us.
What?
Sent by Jake Groney.
Tickle bar.
I know.
Unless you're tickling with like on a 6-foot stick with like, you know, the claw. I know you've been to New York City, where in the bodegas where the people, the owners can't reach things on the top shelf and they have a giant broomstick with a claw on it. If you're tickling with that, I'm okay with it.
I just looked it up to make sure.
What a wonderful reference. No one talks about that thing. That
You mean the top
two-handle
shelf claw?
thing.
The top shelf claw?
Bodega claw.
They don't have them at Ralph's because of the liability. They're at bodega. You have to go to a bodega to
You got to
see
go to
one of those
bodega
things.
because it's like it's necessity is the mother of invention. We got to get that thing off the top shelf. I don't have a ladder in here.
Tom Takar, great comic, lives in New York. He posted a picture of him in front of a bodega, and he goes, "Shout out to the balls on this bodega who just put a Whole Foods sign in their window," and it's a bodega in New York that just says Whole Foods, and it's their sign that somehow they got a hold of it, just put in their window.
Well, they don't sell partial foods. They sell the whole food.
Go ahead, interview me. I'm the owner.
So,
sir, do you are aware that is a.
I know what you're going to say. The food is whole, okay?
I know, but
it's whole.
Yeah, but it's not
pieces
Whole
of
Foods.
food.
Okay, sir, but it's not Whole Foods, right? Like
it's
You
not.
see this orange?
Yes.
is whole.
Of course,
it's a whole food.
Yeah, you're going to sell the whole orange. We understand that, but
but you're
agree to agree. Let's agree to agree.
Legally, that's not what we're here to do.
We're here to
have some Royal Crown Cola.
No, we do not want a Royal. And I've noticed you just handed me half a Royal Crown soda.
It's been dry. There's some that has.
You gave me
the bottle is whole.
Yeah, the bottle is whole. The half of the soda.
He's got you there, Dave.
Well, it's a metric. We not.
Oh, come on.
We can't discuss metrics.
Okay, but it says owned by Amazon. Does this store owned by Amazon?
The river?
No,
not the river.
The company.
Not the river. The company.
We have affiliates in Brazil and
Fine.
Brasilia.
Okay.
But you can't put the company name.
You can't put the smile, the package
two
smile,
arrows.
the two arrows. You can't.
Oh, that is a registered trademark slipping slide.
Oh,
we have them in the back.
not
They're slipping
It's
slide.
not a
They're
slip and
defective.
No.
They're defective. You put the two U's together and the child can slide around.
This is clearly a copyright
I turn into Triumph, the insult commentator. The child around.
Right, sir, I appreciate.
And I poop on you, okay?
I poop on you.
We appreciate that you admit it's defective.
All right.
Okay,
Dan.
here we go.
Yes.
I also checked the link because I was like, what if this was sent from 2 years ago? Nope, this is from December 2020.
Oh, good.
But even if it happened like
still
4
be
years
wild.
ago.
Tickle bar is ridiculous.
It's for people who can't get laid, who can't approach other people.
Here's what it says.
I think some people love. I hate it. I hate it.
Remember the
back.
back, remember the back tickles you loved as a kid? No.
Do not.
No.
The black magic your mom used to put you straight to sleep? That did not
it's
use
called
blackjack,
whiskey.
black magic. Yeah, it's called NyQuil.
Black Magic is a baseball bat.
How about the times you almost dozed off while someone played with your hair?
What?
No.
Oscar, that still happens to you.
I'm glad they said hair.
Yes. Then it says, are you relaxed just thinking about it? I hate articles that talk to me like I'm their friend.
No.
Very anxious.
And also, I can't answer you.
Kimberly Haley Coleman.
Too many names.
Once-
Too many names.
Right. Well,
Too many names.
She wants to sell you that experience of all those tickling feelings with the launch of her new business, the Tickle Bar, and she doesn't know if her idea is crazy, brilliant, or maybe a little of both.
What's Kim doing down in Dallas?
She's
She
got her
goes
own
by
business.
Kimberly
I
now.
wish everyone was looking at Oscar's
This
expression.
is so problematic
It
on
is
so many levels.
Quote, when I tell people I get a really polarized reaction, says Kimberly Haley Coleman.
You think?
Kimberly Haley Coleman, so close to the syllables for Alexander Hamilton. It's either, oh my God, that's genius. Why hasn't anyone done that before? Or it's, quote, no one is going to do that. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That's when I knew I had to try it, she says.
It's either why has no one done this before or why are you doing this at all?
Why do you want to go to jail so bad?
On opening night, no women showed up. It was just men.
The businesswoman needed a fresh idea to pay the rent on her then empty office building of off Hillside and Mockingbird.
Don't.
Oh, yeah.
Here's
that
the
on
only
walking tour.
stipulation
Sell the
with
building.
with the bar. It has to be 500 yards from a school. That's
thought-
it, for their patrons' sake.
She wrote, I wish I could get somebody to tickle my back. Why don't people do that? 'Cause
That is your first thought when your building is not being rented out.
Right. Just do a project with the Weinstein Company. So I decided I'm going to freaking do it, she says. Who knows if it's going to work, but I'm going to do it. I bet you who knows if it's not going to work.
Is that your pitch to investors?
I'm going to freaking do it is what you said when you went bungee jumping with a beer mug in your
I'm
hand.
going to freaking do it is what you said when you sat down to write Biodome.
I'm going to freaking do it is what you said when you eloped.
Yes.
I'm going to freaking do it is what you said when you were like, I'm going to keep the baby.
I'm going to freaking do it is what you said right before you tackled the security guard.
Yes.
Okay, here she goes. If you hear the name The Tickle Bar and it reminds you of Dry Bar, the parallel is intentional. I know it did not remind me of Dry Bar.
Not at all.
Wednesday is 50% off for priests and Boy Scout leaders.
Stop.
Even though the Tickle Bar doesn't offer any of the same services, so don't go there expecting a hair wash and a blowout.
Right.
The Tickle Bar is more of a massage/spa experience.
No.
But Haley Coleman wants people to envision the same affordable luxury they get when they go to a dry bar. I want them to think pampering and relaxation. No one thinks that when they're getting
tickled or tackled.
No.
So we started out getting tackled on this. Now we're getting tickled.
From tackles to tickles.
Is there liquor served, or is it? I don't understand. Is it?
I think you can liquor.
I think they meet.
It's extra. At the appointment time, guests will be greeted at the door by a mask technician. And as long as they are also wearing masks, yes, this is a no mask, no service business.
Okay, good. I'm on board with her now.
Here we go. Oscar called it. The guests will be taken to a waiting area and served pink cookies and a glass of rosé. Now I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Dan.
Yes.
All it took was pink cookies and a glass of rosé.
All it took was rosé.
Dan is ready to get. Dan's like,
oh my God.
I love like Dan at the beginning of this is like, who is this bitch? I mean, what is she doing?
Well, we talking rosé.
And then one glass of rosé, and Dan's like, we should give it a shot.
Look, one glass of rosé, and I don't care who tickles me.
Dan, I'm going to start calling you Rosé O'Donnell.
There you go. Rosé Van Kirk. From there, guests will be taken into one of the 5. Now, what she has labeled this.
Dungeons.
If you hadn't said no up to this point, which you would have. Everybody would have.
Say no.
Here's where it all falls
Here's
apart.
where
Dan is like, I can't.
I throw down the rosé.
It's an escape room.
It becomes one whether you want it to be or not.
That's what it should be compared to.
From there, guests will be taken into one of 5 tickle tents.
Nope.
No.
Tickle
They're
tent.
Moroccan style tents adorned with fairy lights.
Well, let's hear them out, you guys. What happens inside the tent?
Adorned with fairy lights, where they'll be given the options to take their shirts off as well as to close the tent flap for privacy.
These are Moroccan tents.
I'm just taking off one pant leg.
That's all. That's
it.
all.
Right.
And you know the long tradition of tickling that comes out of Morocco.
You know how how that's the first thing you think of when you think of Moroccan men is giggling.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tickle you.
No, he's like Grand Bizarre.
No,
he's like Grand Bizarre.
No, the list.
Those are my fingers, I assure you.
No, I make your shoes curl.
Nope.
I want to go to the Whole Foods bodega that offers tickling.
Dude.
The list of shiver-inducing services is short and sweet. You can either do hair play, back tickles, or both for 25 or 50 minutes. 50.
Who's doing this to you?
Dude,
No.
you said it. Priests and Boy Scouts.
I can't be tickled for 10.
Back
not even a
tickles can
second.
involve feathers and textures, shape tracing, and a soft touch or firmer scratches for more ticklish individuals.
So it's light massage.
Yes.
That's what they
I
should.
just
they
call it a
should call
whorehouse. Why are they beating around the bush? Why
This
must we pretend?
Why are you beating on the bush when you should be beating around someone's bush?
Likewise, the hair play sessions can also involve a variety of combs or devices. You can get a brush. This is literally just unskilled massage. That's right. It's non-licensed
Now
massage
listen,
therapist.
you can go to the saloon, you can go to the brothel, or you can go to the tickle tent.
The tickle bar.
This can only exist in this time, and it can never exist back in Western times. This is now.
No, there is no way.
Yeah.
Although it would have been great in Westworld.
Oh, 100%. For those who want to try before they buy, Kimberly Haley Coleman is hosting an outdoor masked, socially distanced, tickled pink event.
How do you do that?
It was on December 5th, so we missed it. Please, I hope a County member went to it. It was at 3:30
Is she onto
PM.
something? We're making fun of this woman. Is she onto something, you guys?
Could be.
See, this is where you start to wonder.
Am I dumb?
Is
She
this
says, drop
in
by
5
for a
years,
free
is this the
t-shirt.
in and out?
Yeah, exactly.
Drop by for a free t-shirt. If any townie in Texas can get us a tickle bar t-shirt. Oh my God.
Then
free. You get I'll comp you to the next live show.
Dallas.
January 16th.
By the way, this does
Zach,
not feel
Zach.
like a Dallas thing.
Nothing like
We've
this.
been to
I know.
Dallas.
This
Dallas
is what, dude.
feels like
Texas
a-
is
it
going
doesn't.
blue.
Feels like
Texas
a
is going
Portland.
blue.
This feels like a Portland thing.
Yes. Drop by for a
Yeah, San
t-shirt
Francisco, Portland.
Thank you.
and a pink feather boa. And some Insta-worthy pictures of shirtless guys in feather wings walking around this event. If you'd like a tickle teaser, you must notify them in advance.
Is
Otherwise,
this for ladies and for gay men?
Yeah, this is Pride Parade
and
stuff.
me. Haley Coleman admits, quote, she's learning a bit about the prurient interest of people when they hear about tickles, and she's embracing it. Even
Can't
though
you just go to a regular bar and tickle each other like a gay bar? If you
Yes.
want
Because you can't charge for that.
get a banquet room at the Holiday Inn, tickle yourself all
Get a
night.
tickle tent over at the Holodome.
Call it Feather Friends.
There you go. Tickle teams. Even though it isn't, if it gives me a double take,
Dan,
I'm going to take
Why wouldn't
that.
she call it Tickle Town?
That's great.
Why in the world
not
would
too
she
late.
call it
We're
Tickle
going
Town?
down to Tickle Town. We're going down.
Love it. Because when they look twice, they're going to see that it's people like me, an over 50 woman who is the client, not the 20-year-old fraternity guy looking for a happy ending. So she's trying to get out in front of that.
Whoa! She jumped right to the.
Yeah. Because she knows what everybody's thinking.
She knows what happens when the flap gets shut.
When the flap goes shut, the hand goes up.
When the flap
Can
goes
you
shut.
tickle my lower abdomen?
Right. In the tickle
Keep
tent.
going down.
Just
keep
remember,
going.
in the tickle tent, when one flap closes, another flap opens.
Those guys ruin everything. What was that? When one flap closes,
When one
another
flap
one opens.
opens.
Stop.
Closes.
Stop. Dan at Daniel Van
Do it.
Daniel on all
That's story
social media.
That
Three
is story
friends.
3. Holy smokes! I wonder how much it costs for 50 minutes of a tickle thing.
It did, she didn't say. No.
Can you sustain being tickled for 50 minutes
No.
without
Dan,
something horrible happening?
Can you do it?
Dan, she feels like someone who doesn't have a way, like a cash register in this place. Like she has no way to like an iPad to even a Square to pay.
No.
She probably hasn't even worked out
If
the
she
pricing
makes
now
money
that it's
off this thing, God bless her.
Yeah.
Go for it.
How, wait, is it a barter system? Why do you
I
say
don't
she
know.
doesn't?
We don't know
No,
idea
I'm
what
saying
she
she
charges.
doesn't seem so.
I can pay you in 3 hot air balloon rides.
Okay.
Done.
Fair.
And
Done.
Spanish doubloons. All right, there you go. That's the show. Oscar Nunez, you are the best. Thank you so much for joining us on
We
the show
love
today.
you.
It's great
We love
having
seeing
you,
you.
man.
I still have to hang out with you, and we got to make a plan. I promise
We
you we
do.
will.
Have we started recording? Is
Oh,
this-
we have not.
We're
Not.
about to.
Get ready.
We're about to. Shoot. We were.
See, that's how you know it was fun. You didn't even know we were recording yet. And
No, I
to our
didn't. I
fan-
thought that was like the pre.
Yeah.
This is what we say. This is like the beginning of a writer's room, and at the end of every show, we say, "Oh shit, we got to get back to work."
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.